by sharing my screen. Share my screen.
Okay, I do this right. I do this right. Right.
There we go.
Done right.
Right, wait a minute. I'm going to mute you for now, Penny. Thank you. I'm going to share. It's really slow about my computer today. All week. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Now the show goes on. Thank you. Gave me a scare. I had to restart my computer this evening just now, and Apple computer is now getting a little bit dodgy, scaring the hell out of me. Anyway, hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Z Dream Team. This is a small community that we created. Not that small anymore. It's closing to almost about 100 partners under this group. So this community just got started in December, and now we're steadily growing into a comfortable size. Let me introduce myself for those guys that just gotten in this evening and not met each other yet. My name is Michael Loh. Hi. I'm the principal of Shonte Sanctuary, which is a functional medicine clinic down in Kuala Lumpur along Jalan Ampang. We're two plots of properties right next to Glen Eagles Hospital. I'm also the founder and principal of a Shonte Solutions, which is a company in Singapore that manages corporate executive health. Okay, so we work with Fortune 500 companies. We look at how to optimize corporate executives to their optimal level in terms of work performance. Okay, so if you like to look at athletes, people run on a track, play sports out there. We look at corporate executives, how they can perform really in an optimal level in their work environment. That's what we do. My background has been for the longest time was in media for 11 years. I ran a regenerative medicine clinic in Germany for about 5.5 years. I was in China for a period of time, opening up very luxurious functional medicine clinic. That's me. And this particular company that I'm sharing with you this evening is Zinzino. It is a company listed in Europe from Sweden. And it's very exciting news that I could share with you right now also, that tomorrow, incidentally, is the official soft launch of Zinzino in Malaysia. They're very new outside in Asia. Just back in October, they landed into Hong Kong and also China, and now Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, India, Philippines, and also Taiwan is in the soft launch mode or early launch phases. So they are looking at opening up 10 to 15 countries every year successfully well. And they have, as I've said just now, they are a listed company, so they are financially sound with this fantastic suite of products. This evening, I'm just going to talk to you about 3. They've been around for 16 years and very fantastic product. Now, I fell in love with this company back in November when a good friend of mine out of Hong Kong suggested me to take a look at this company for very good reason. Now, for you guys that knows what is a functional medicine, please understand everything is about systemic, fixing it from the core. Everything is based on evidence-based, meaning to say there's none of this guessing the wind direction. Everything is blood evidence-based, and is everything also personalized for a period of time. So we look at deficiency, and we look at providing personalized dosage or strength to look at the deficiency of your system. So it's very systemic kind of a strategy. Zinzino, fortunately, fitted like a pair of gloves to my philosophy. And that's the reason why I've participated into this company. Never been in a direct sale company ever before, simply because I didn't believe in the philosophy most of these companies are promoting. They have been always been start with let's say 2 capsules a day, no basis to it, eat as long as you can afford to eat it. It doesn't make good sense. So tonight I am strived to share with you some great features of this particular product. Okay, so are you ready? So here we go. Um, the dream team is, as I mentioned, is the team that I put together since December. So we're relatively new in this market, but half a year now is not that young either, right? So we have a common goal, and the common goal is to strive to give you more quality years in your life than let you live long. Agree? So the idea here is to give you guys a increased quality of life, and that's really what aging is all about. It's nothing about anti-aging. Now, I actually don't like the word anti-aging because it's anti-aging. How can it be? Whoa, whoa. Okay, can you mute?
I'm muted.
Thank you.
Yeah, muted
Whoa.
already.
Okay. What I was just going to say is, look, we all want to age, but we want to age disease-free as much as we can, and we also want to age, feeling optimized, right? So we want that kind of quality of life. This is where you start your journey to an optimal life, an optimized lifestyle. Okay, here we go. Now, the company obviously is Zinzino. We don't need to do an introduction. This particular slide shares with you the confusion that we're always living in, right? Life is such a massive puzzle, particularly when we look at health as one of the reason. Now my slide doesn't move. What's wrong with my computer?
You do the right click, boss. Right click next.
No, I'm doing it.
Right click.
Somebody help. Okay, here it goes. Oh dear. My computer. I'm so stressed now. I'm worried that my computer is going to die on me in a moment. But anyway, life goes on. Nothing goes to death, right? Please mute yourself. Thank you. It's going right into my ears. Thank you. Life, healthy life is also a massive puzzle, right? We have to take into consideration how we eat, what we eat, when we eat, how we move, how often do we move, and so on and so forth. It's such a huge puzzle. So tonight, the main objective here, if you allow me to, is to spend a few minutes to share with you how do we join all these pieces together and how it will come to you in a whole complete picture what we have been suffering from for the longest time as we age, right? Age is a degenerative process, and the degenerative process is impacted by what we consume. Remember this phrase, right? You are what you eat, right? So here we are in Asia, we somehow, unfortunately, don't eat great enough quality food. While we eat rich food, but it doesn't mean the content of which is of a right proportion. I understand that most of you would understand what I'm talking about. Now, the main essence of tonight's talk is everything about essential fatty acids. For those that don't understand what's essential fatty acid, is primarily two things, omega-6 and omega-3. Of course, you have the rest of omega-7 and 9, which we'll touch on a little bit, but omega-6 and 3 is the primary focus. And the culprit here is these two values are out of proportion, right? So WHO, World Health Organization, recommends that we should be at a ratio 3 portion of omega-6 vis-a-vis 1 portion of omega-3, right? A baby, for those of you that just have newborn baby, just now Penny was telling me someone just received a baby into their family. A newborn baby is 1-to-1. Okay, as they age, as they get a little bit adulterated, if I may use that word, their ratio between omega-6 and 3 goes out of a little bit of a tip. But ideally, 3-to-1 is the goal. And that's where, and I'll share with you the secret in a little moment. I won't let the cat out of the bag so quickly as yet, but I'll share with you why it's so important 3-to-1, okay? That's where we will discuss a little bit later. But now, for you to get a clearer picture, you have to understand, in our forefathers' days, food came from animals that is grass grazing in open fields, and everything is organic in this sense, right? So, but today in our lifestyle, we don't have the pleasure anymore. we are consuming food that is farmed. Okay, now it's actually quite shameful to say we almost ran out of food out of this planet for 7.35 billion population. Can you believe that? We are very, very fortunate here in Malaysia, but just look at one of our neighbors, which is Singapore down south. You'll be able to understand they have no local produce. Everything is imported, and they cannot import the cow into Singapore and then slaughter it per se, right? Everything is farmed out of, fortunate for Malaysia, is a lot of it comes from Johor, southern states, supplying into it. And the consumption level is pretty high out of Singapore. So they're eating all animal that is farmed. We eat cows that I have in the picture here, chicken, pigs, lamb, whatever else dairies, and fish are also farmed. Now let's talk about the feed, the food that these animals are fed on. Besides the food that we're going to consume them, right? Let's understand a couple of steps back. These animals are all fed with animal feed, obviously, right? Soy and corn, base ingredients in the feed that they have. And of course, you have antibiotics, you have then hormones and the rest of the fillers, I call it, in the food to help the animals to be full and also to grow a lot faster. The growth hormone is very, very important. So with all due respect to you female, a lot of us see a lot of younger boys, male kids are starting to generate a little bit of a man boobs. So their boobies are a little bit, protruding. So these are kids that don't do a lot of good exercises these days. Those are growth hormones, right? Chicken is actually one primary source of poultry that has a lot of growth hormone in that. So chicken now is grown within 1/3 of the time than a normal chicken, a free-range chicken would take to grow. Now, the culprit in the food that they eat is in soy and corn. These two ingredients has the highest level of omega-6. Now, you probably wonder, what the heck is omega-6? Isn't it good? I understand that omega-3 and 6 is good for us. Too much of omega-6 causes one detrimental impact, and that impact is inflammation. We come back to that in a moment, okay? So food supplies that we eat, adulterated, impacted with so much of ingredients that is not necessarily good for us, the end consumer, right? These animals needs to be consumed, right? They grow and then we eat it. So this is the problem. And as you also know, a lot of fish from farm environment are contaminated by the mercury, the lead, and so on and so forth in the water. We don't have a very clean environment in the ocean anymore in this case, right? So all of you out there, and I hope you just had your dinner, because I did, and we strive so hard to have a very healthy dinner in front of us, yes? Right? That's what we all strive for. And in the olden days, maybe we try. Our Asian cultures are very different. So for the longest time, the nicest food is the fried stuff. Okay, just imagine that. Hold that thought a little while. The nicest food are all fried, right? This is the olden days. Remember how we grew up, right? So this challenge of eating healthy at home with a balanced diet is almost impossible, because these days we go out and we eat the best food on the table. I mean, we are all locked down here in Malaysia right now, and I keep looking at my social media. There's so many of yummy stuff. Everyone is cooking everything from every kitchen, and all the restaurants is trying to supply our food to everyone. It's amazing. I can get almost any food now, through delivery into my house. And what more, when the times that we can go out and eat, we always, end up working late, and we go and eat out, having a drink, and after work, drink with our friends, and isekaya, the Japanese style. We have a little bit of drink, and we have, some food, and hopefully we'll go back and eat with the family. So we eat out all the time, and guess where the problem lies now? Is through what we eat. Remember what I said earlier? You are what you eat. We are what we eat, right? So this is the problem. And guess where now the ratio of 3 to 1 has become? It's now become average 15 to 1. It's scary, but we have the pleasure to understand, or pleasure or the fortune to understand over the last 5-6 months within the Z Dream team that Malaysians are unfortunately quite high by comparing to this average balance between omega-6 and 3 across the world. In Europe, Scandinavian country where this company comes from, in Sweden, is 12-1. If you've been out in Europe, you understand that most of these guys are a little bit healthier. Scandinavians are a little bit healthy in their diet. They don't eat a lot of fried stuff. It's often a little bit of a cheese, a little bit of a bread, and very simple, clean food. And even then, it's 12-1. Europeans in general, 15-1. Don't talk about America. You know the worst diet in the world is American diet. 25-1. Australian 21-1. Asia claimed to be 20-1, but I beg to differ because most of us, by average at the moment, is 25, averaging about 25-30-1. And we have seen people out to 40, 60. In fact, there's one case that scared the heck out of me, was 100-1. Can you imagine? 100 portion of omega-6 to 1 portion of omega-3. It's unbelievable what happened to this guy. But he works in a clinic. Can you believe it? Amazing. These are the numbers that you need to understand. Now, you will get a chance to understand a little bit more. What is this ratio all about? Why is it so important? Now, when you have this excessive omega-6 as displayed in the picture here, and you don't have enough omega-3, these are the things that happens in us. And primarily is reduction in the brain function, hair quality decreases, you start to lose hair. And this is part of aging too, right? Aging is a degenerative process. It's a degenerative process, and it's further enhanced. So a lot of us age a lot faster, a lot younger, simply because we have a imbalanced lifestyle, and that's between omega-6 and 3. Reduction in the heart function, skin elasticity, so we sag a little bit, and the butt is the first place that you see. When you age, you start to lose your butt. Sorry, forgive me for being so explicit in my description. Organ functions is reduced, so it doesn't work at an optimized level. And the other degenerative problems that we have is, of course, bones and joints and muscle degeneration, right? So remember, I worked and managed a German company for 6 years, 5.5 years, and that company is everything about regeneration of degenerated aging people. So I have quite a fair bit of understanding of it. Inflammation is the ultimate culprit to all these problems that we face. So just bear in mind that in a moment, there's a slide that shows you why omega-6 and 3 out of balance causes inflammation. Now, a little bit of a scope so that you understand where we are at, and I'm talking more about Malaysian in a moment. NCDs are one of the biggest problems we all face, right? Non-communicable diseases. Cancer, cardiovascular diseases, chronic respiratory, and diabetes. Now, over the last 48 hours, I've been talking to many people where I've lost a very good friend from cancer, but it's maybe a little bit sad to blame cancer to be the cause of his death, but it's more like the healthcare, or I call it the sick care system, that actually more or less caused the death of him by putting him through a very intense chemotherapy that he couldn't bear with it, so he passed on. But cancer is one of the major concerns. Cardiovascular diseases are one. I'm a heart patient for 21 years now. And I just came out of my consultation this morning with my cardiologist, and I'm looking pretty good. Respiratory diseases and diabetes is also one of the major concerns, right? Now, that's simply because that we are at the moment living in an environment that is surrounded by poor education, overwhelming, very powerful pharmaceutical industry, a healthcare system that don't looks at our health, our sickness. So it's more aptly called a sick care system than a healthcare system, right? So these are the kind of problems that we have, and it's unfortunate that we are in this environment. It would take maybe 5 generations for these habits to be changed, but I don't think it's going to come any sooner. So we're faced with that. Here in Malaysia, look at this body weight problem. Overweight, 30% are overweight today. Obese is 19%. Abnormal obesity means overfat. Obesity and abnormal obesity, beyond that, is 52% of people here in Malaysia are obese or abnormally obese. 29.9, which is 30% of the women in the reproductive stage, are anemic. Think about it. Our children, closing to 30% of our children between the age of 5 to 17 have got abnormal body weight. Kids, we start them from young. Instead of making them smarter, we're making them bigger and fatter. 15% are overweight, 14, so closing to 15% are obese. That's 30% already. Scary, no? 21% of children under the age of 5 are stunted. Stunted means they're not growing like a normal kid. That's because of the diet and the lifestyle. And when we look at this slide, 94.9, 95% of the children these days don't get enough adequate vegetables and fruits that they eat. 95%. So what are we eating? Nasi, curry, then a little bit of whatever, ikan bilis and all this. Crazy. We're not eating well in this country, right? 9%, closing to 9% of children age 13 and above reported suffering from chronic pain. Age 13 children, 9% have got chronic pain. Papa, mama, sini sakit, situ sakit, pinggang sakit, kaki sakit, kepala sakit, leher sakit, tangan sakit. 9% of these guys here in Malaysia, these are Malaysian numbers, yeah? Amongst of them, 33% of them reported daily activities were moderate to extremely disrupted. So key lessons, going out to play, no more. Saya nak main game, Pak. Pinjam telefon, Pak. Mak, saya mau iPad, Mak. All kinds of stuff is crazy. See what happens to reality. Now, these are the national health statistics, 2019. This is not 2001. This is 2019 fact sheets here in Malaysia. So the underlying causes for even young kids these days are due to inflammation. And this is a reaction of our body. Now, our body is very, very smart, right? I mean, when you bash it, like there's acute and chronic inflammation. Acute is when you hit it your hands, when you bash yourself, it swells up and it has a red mark or a blue-black when it recovers. It has a swelling effect. Now, that's an acute is manageable. Means it will subside. So an allergy, a chemical, when you pour something on, an infection, when you cut yourself, a bee sting and all this, these are acute inflammation. Treatable, manageable, recoverable. When it comes to this side of the image, when it becomes a chronic inflammation, cardiovascular diseases, it's a lifetime nonsense. Neurological, autoimmune, rheumatoid, cancer, lupus, diabetes, and so on and so forth. These are lifetime inflammation, state of inflammation that we are seeing. This is a huge difference. Inflammation is good, but not chronic inflammation. The problem that we're facing right now is chronic inflammation. And also one other problem is my computer is not moving. Oh, here it is. Okay. So symptoms of chronic inflammation is constantly feeling tired, headaches and brain fog. Can you mute someone? I'm getting the sound. And you have digestive issues. So you have, irritable bowel syndrome, weight gain. Obviously, a lot of us, goes into weight gain, aches and pains, low mood, weakened immune system. You see, guys, let me share with you this, okay? Our body, I mean, I've been in the healthcare business for over a dozen years now. while I'm not a trained doctor, but I hire doctors and I create systems for clinics and healthcare systems. Now, let me tell you something. One thing, if I have learned anything at all, this thing called a body that we have is so very, very smart. When the body goes into inflammation state or into a shock state, it reserves everything. That's why we go into overweight and into some sort of a reserve mode. The body goes into shock, and when it goes into shock, it keeps everything and holds everything together. You don't dare to spend the fat. It doesn't burn nothing. It just go into a reserve mode. If there's anything that there is to work on, is to make sure that your body don't go into shock. If I tell you that you sleep enough, you will lose weight. Would you believe me? People say, cannot sleep a lot, you cannot burn, you have to go and move, have to be active every day. Active every day, you miss your meals, you don't eat regularly, you don't do enough exercises, the body goes into shock and it keeps everything. You say, well, I eat so little, how come I'm still being fat? That's because it's in a constant shock state. So to bring your body to an optimized level is very, very important. And that's the conversation we're having this evening, right? And what causes the chronic inflammation is the food that we're eating. I've been trying to say this evening that is food, and it's what you eat. You are what you eat, fundamentally. Rich, pro-inflammatory food, chronic stresses, lack of physical activities, insufficient sleep, obesity, and hormonal imbalance. As we age, hormonal imbalance also causes inflammation, right? Common sense. Pro-inflammatory food would be refined sugar and carbohydrates, saturated fats, trans fat, gluten, dairy, omega-6 fatty acids, too much of it. Of course, I know 95% of my friends, except Uncle Roger, nobody eats MSG anymore, right? So that's something that maybe can be discounted. Omega-3 and 6 fatty acids in a nutshell. Let me read about omega-6. It regulates brain function, regulates growth, development, stimulates hair and skin growth, regulates metabolism, maintains healthy bones and reproductive system, but it also increases inflammation. Okay? The rest of the stuff sounds pretty good, right? It also has one culprit underneath it. It increases inflammation. Now, if you put 2 and 2 together and understand the ratio of omega-6 being so high versus one portion of omega-3, now you understand why. Why is too much of omega-6 causes what? What's the problem? Why is he talking about inflammation? That is the reason. We won't go too deep into the rest of the stuff. Omega-3, it contributes towards cellular membrane. It helps the cell. It's everything about cellular. I'll tell you about it a bit later. It prevents clotting. It optimizes brain joint functions, fat loss, muscle building, heart, arterial health, and diabetes. It manages all that. And also look at it in the fine print that it reduces inflammation. Same thing with omega-7. It reduces insulin resistance. It reduces inflammation. Omega-9, what does it do? Reduces inflammation. All the rest of the omegas reduces inflammation. It is only one bad boy that has a side effect. That's omega-6. It causes inflammation. So what happens when you are out of balance? Cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, obesity, metabolic syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, as I mentioned earlier, macular degeneration, which is your eyesight, autoimmune system reduces, and etc., etc., etc. Okay? It's everything down to being inflamed, right? So guys, I guess the scary part is over now. So now you can drop your shoulders and sit back, because here I'm going to hand you the keys to be living in an optimized lifestyle. And this is where I share with you the fabulous products that I've discovered since December, Christmas week, December. So the best Christmas gift I got from my friend Julie in Hong Kong is to understand about Zinzino. This is a fabulous product, and I'm not saying it because I'm in it. You will come to understand this is the world's first premium food that you can get in the market. And philosophy is everything about evidence and great products. What it has is what it does rather, it actually balances out this omega-6 and 3 ratio. It gives you enough quality omega-3 so that it outweighs omega-6. It restores cell membrane environment. It comes with a partner. It's like, you know, whatever. I was thinking about a guy with a mask. See, I don't watch enough TV. It's a partner. So you always have a partner when you do a lot of things. Omega-3 in this case here has a very good partner, and that is polyphenol. Polyphenol for Chinese is 多酚橄榄油, and in this case is a pre-harvested, before it's ready to be harvested, pre-harvested olive, full press it, and that is polyphenol at its optimized condition, quality, right? It's mixed with this. You know, sometimes when I look at these ingredients in it, I think it's more of the polyphenol than the omega-3, but they both work so very, very well together to give us that optimized levels. Nowhere on any counters here in Malaysia, we sent our medical team, our clinical team, to go out and to the over the counter in all these pharmacies to look at, you know, comparing all these products out there. And I can tell you guys, we failed to find any products out there that has got omega-3 and omega-6 products out there that has got polyphenol. So what is this polyphenol, Michael? Polyphenol, what is this polyphenol? I'll tell you in a moment, okay? This particular oil also comes with what we need so much for our immune system, our mood moderation, your hormones, your sleep, vitamin D3. Everybody knows now we are deprived vitamin D3. From the clinic, we understand 85% of Malaysian, of our patients, not just Malaysian, I beg your pardon, all our patients, 85% of our patients are deprived of vitamin D3, vitamin D3 deficiency. And that's where the immune system is hugely reduced. Vitamin E also helps that, right? So what does this product basically do, Michael? Just tell me. It optimizes brain function. It normalizes heart functions. It fortifies immune system. It gives us stronger bones. It's a mood moderator. As we age, our hormones goes into tip. We are grouchy. We are in bad mood. That goes away. I am the testament of it, along with so many of our friends consume this oil since I started it in December. And of course, Zinzino started a little bit earlier than me, like 16 years, right? So they started 16 years ago, and there are hundreds, if not thousands of people that I know from Zinzino now, because I got very close to them, that these are the primary health conditions that everyone benefits from. Then you start to wonder, Michael, I've been eating all omega-3 oil for many years. Not true until you see what Zinzino Balance Oil Plus can do for you, right? Brain function. I used to have a little bit of a cloudy, foggy kind of a brain function. All gone. My memory has increased. I'm now able to remember things almost on a snap of a finger. My heart function. I'm a triple bypass survivor 21 years ago. 4 heart attacks over the last 2 years. Guess how I feel right now? Can you tell I had 4 heart attacks within this last 2 years? Hey, look at how I feel. Completely different, right? My immune system, touch wood, No, I better not say. I wanted to say COVID has not knocked on my door yet. I better not tempt fate. Now, it hasn't come anywhere near it. So immune system is fantastic. Talking about COVID, I'll do a 20-second. Guys, go and get your vaccination if you have to. But fundamentally, beyond cleaning your hands and you're wearing your mask and cleaning yourself, keep yourself hygienic, fortify your immune system. That is the magic solution to battle COVID out there. Nothing else really works in terms of preventing yourself from COVID. Immune system, fortify yourself, prepare yourself, make sure that you are in an optimized level. COVID ain't going to knock on your door. I promise you, because it is the immune system. And one more 20 seconds spiel on this. Look at all these guys that goes into quarantine for 14 days or 10 days or for whatever it is. What did they give them? Zero, nothing. So it's everything about your own immune system. If your immune system can handle it, hallelujah, you will be able to fight off this condition out there. So immune system is very important. As we age, osteoporosis, our bones, our health in terms of mobility is compromised. I used to have agonizing right knee, left ankle, agonizing pain every time I finish golf. Guys, I play 2, if not 3 rounds of golf every week. Except now, I don't have the pain anymore. What do you call that? Mood moderator? Do you think I look like a grouchy old man? Maybe not. So how do you get onto this, Michael? Start the journey today. Start a new you by very simply taking on a balance test. This company is spectacular. It's the first and only company today that puts their money where their mouth is. It's therefore an evidence-based nutritional program. No one out there dares to say, hey, take a test first, then take the product, and then take another test. And they assure you 95% of the people that consumes the oil sees no less than 60% improvement. Who can promise you that? Zinzino can. Understand this product a little bit more. You'll be fascinated. I promise you on my Chinese name that you will be satisfied. So simple. Take a test, consume the product, send the test on to Norway as an independent laboratory. This lab is not owned by Zinzino. It's an independent laboratory that works with multiple different universities around the world. They do the test, gives you the results, and you continue to take it. And 120 days later, you get to see the results. When the test comes back, it's just not one, oh, you're balanced, not balanced. It has other values such as your protective value, your omega-3 index, your mental health strength, your membrane fluidity, which is your cellular condition. That's all we really need. Omega-6 and 3 is one thing, very good. What is my protection value? What is my omega-3 index? That's also not so very important. But these, they are the two, your mental strength index and your membrane fluidity is so very important. I'll tell you about the cellular condition in a moment. Guys, this is my result. I started in January 19. My result came back that I was out of balance, 23.5 to 1. And I thought I eat pretty healthy, but hell no. I'm 23.5 to 1. Now, there are some friends of ours, which is a little bit higher, and you see that, well, am I going to show you? I'm not sure today I'm going to show you. But anyway, you will find that a lot of them has actually come down a lot more. Now, I've been a naughty boy. Over Chinese New Year, I love my lap cheong, I love my lap yop fan, I love all this waxy rice and everything else. So my result wasn't that great, but nonetheless, it's still 67% improvement. I came back with 7.7 to 1. Fabulous. It's so exciting. Now, I'll share with you now at this point why bringing it down and staying to 3 to 1 is so important. Guys, when you reach 5 to 1, you minimize your risk exposed to cancer, meaning to say your cellular level is in such a healthy state that it ain't going to be able to mutate into a tumor cell, right? You have a very healthy cells. What is cancer? Cancer is from a good cell that goes into bad and mutate 4 cycles, and then boom, it becomes your worst nightmare. And that's what it is all about. When you reach 5 to 1, you don't have this problem anymore. When you reach an optimized 3 to 1, you reduce all risk for a cardio incident, meaning you ain't gonna get a heart attack. I want that. I am a heart patient for 21 years and I'm feeling great right now, and I want to make sure that I don't get a heart attack. I had 4 heart attacks over the last 2 years before all this thing came into my life. Imagine that. So now I'm down to 7.7 to 1. What do you think I want to do, huh, guys? I want to carry on a little bit more when I get to 3 to 1 or better. I want to be aiming at 2 to 1, inshallah, if I can. If I can, fabulous. I'm in a very good phase of my life if I can become at that level, right? So that's where we want to strive towards. You want to get there too, guys. I highly recommend and I motivate you to go towards that direction. Now, the information is not great. Now, remember, right? I've been a naughty boy during Chinese New Year. I do a lot of, all this la 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 kind of stuff. So that was right in the middle of the period. My omega-3 index is moderate. My mental strength is moderate. And this is the mental strength, moderate mental strength guy, okay? My cell membrane fluidity is moderate, 6.6 to 1. It can be optimized, and that's where I want to go. Okay, well, my protection value is not so good. I'm insufficient, means, in other words, my protection value is not at an optimized level. What do I want to do? I will go another round of 120 days, right? It only makes good sense because I've already improved 67%. And this Michael said that, Zinzino claims that 95% of the people sees no less than 60%. What's 60% of 7.7 to 1? I think I'm going to make it, guys, right? I'm going to be in the 3 to 1 region the next round. So hallelujah, looking forward to that. I am going to share with you. Sorry, I forgot my slides. Very quickly, I won't spend too much time. This lady on the left, Cindy, started with 31.9 to 1, and after not even 120 days, became 4 to 1. Vincent, which is the handsome husband of Cindy, started 35.2 to 1 and became 5.0 to 1. Fabulous. Michael Lowe, you know already. Jeffrey, 33.2 to 1 became 3.6 to 1. He's almost an angel. So that's Jeffrey. Great results. Chef Rizal, he has a compromised renal function. So meaning to say his kidneys are not doing that very well. And look at his result. And this guy is supposed to be sick. He's going to be so healthy. 36.1 to 1 became 4.9 to 1. I mean, if I don't know how's your study results like. If your school results were so good, my God, your parents are going to love you to death. Catherine, which is our nurse here, 26.5 to 1 became 5.4 to 1. And Marvin, which is her beautiful lover, he started with 21.2 to 1, became 6.4 to 1. Maybe he had some of my lapchong. Excuse me, I take a little breather. And since Zinzino started this balance test, almost closing to 650,000 people have actually been tested on this particular kit. This is the guy that I was talking about. VITAS is the laboratory in Oslo. All our report goes there. In fact, I'm very close to the founder, and I asked him the other time, I said, well, why don't you open up a lab here in Asia and in Malaysia? Because I wanted the business, right? So, but no. They're very comfortable because the integrity of the laboratory is utmost important to Oren, which is the founder, and the Swedish company, because they are listed, so they cannot afford any potential compromise in the laboratory. So this is the lab that you're using in out there, and you wait for 14 days, the result comes back, and health status will never be a mystery anymore, because I can bet you also, all of you guys that's consuming any products right now out there, you have no idea how you started and where you're going. And even if you've been taking omega-3 oil for the longest time, like a friend says, oh, I've been taking for the last 10 years. I say, good. What is your omega-3 and omega-6 ratio? I don't know. Wow. So after tested, 12:1. See? So how can it be optimized? Right? Very simple. You take your weight, you multiply it by 0.15, gives you the amount of oil that you consume. Very easy. An average woman would take it under 10 ml, and an average gentleman with maybe 70, 80 kilos will be taking slightly about that, 10, 11, 12 ml. 1 teaspoon, the one that you make kopi with, 1 teaspoon is 5 ml. So you'd make your guess. So in this case, in this guy here, 13.8 ml. So how do you measure 13.8? Very simple. Take 3 teaspoons. Very simple, right? So that's how it is. And this fabulous oil, as I mentioned to you just now with the polyphenol deserves a little bit of an attention because it is truly the real partner in crime for this Zinzino Balance Oil Plus. It boosts digestion, brain health, it reduces inflammation, is fundamentally an antioxidant that is very, very powerful. All oil goes into oxidation. Oxidation to you means rancid, or Chinese 炒熟, right? It goes into rancid state. It is because it gets oxidated, right? So polyphenol is the guy that protects omega-3 from being oxidated or equals being rancid. It's very, very powerful. Why is it powerful in that sense? How does it mean to us? It only means one thing. It gets a chance to show its potency, and it allows the bioavailability of the minerals to perform in our system. That's what it is great for. It protects omega-3 from oxidation. Here you are. And lowers risk of heart disease, lowers blood pressure, prevents blood clot. This is essential combination. As I said, we've been through all the brands in the counter from popular pharmacy in KL. Zero, none of them carries any oil with polyphenol. You cannot find it, period. Okay? You may find it somewhere in the world, tucked in the middle of some, King Kong country, ping pong company and stuff like that. But no one that you can access to has this combination, number one. Number two, the source of the omega-3 is very, very important. Remember, we talked about on my early slide, fish are contaminated by the toxicity in the ocean, right? And because you have to go to cold water fish, so things like salmon and trout used to be the kind of fish that they extract omega-3 from. Here, they get it from baby fishes, so fries of sardine, anchovies, mackerel, and blah, blah, blah. I forgot the fourth one. But anyway, so it comes from small fish. Why small fish in the Scandinavian oceans or the cold water environment? Because it's not contaminated, right? So therefore, it's out in the wild, it consumes. Now, fish also, we don't produce omega-3. Fish also doesn't produce omega-3. Where do they come from? Fish eats algae from the ocean. And that's where omega-3 at its peak quality comes from, algae. When they consume it, we then extract the oil from it, okay? So the other essence, as I mentioned already, which I won't repeat, is vitamin D3 and vitamin E. Okay? I won't talk a little bit about too much about polyphenol any further. With one exception also, cholesterol. You have a cholesterol problem? Hey, bring it on. This guy will fix it. Okay. These are the few brands that we put on because I don't have enough pages for this. Balance Oil, Vis-a-Vis, all your common stuff. Blackmore, pretty good brand, right? Life Extension for a lot of you that is familiar with the American products. These all the oils, Pristine, Cordell, and BioLife, and all this, zero. None of them has polyphenol on it. Okay, and this is the chart I was talking about. With the combination of omega-3 and polyphenol, it extends the life of the oil so that it allows to perform 6 times compared to normal. Krill oil, 5 hours goes bad. Concentrated omega-3 oil, 9 hours goes bad. Cod liver oil, 15 hours, it goes bad. 35 hours on balanced oil because of the partnership between omega-3 and polyphenol. So in my opinion, this is the best food grade food that you can consume. I won't even call it a supplement. Here goes. Polyphenol essence as the combination with omega-3, vitamin D3 and E. We already know that. Michael said so, right? You eat it by your weight. So it's personalized. You don't eat, so it doesn't make sense, right? Such a fat soul like me, I eat 2 capsules and you eat 2 capsules at 54, 55 kg. It doesn't make sense, right? So here, it actually allows you to consume in accordance to your weight. Makes common sense. First, you test. Second, you eat it according to your weight. And you only eat it for 120 days before you do another test to know where you are. It's so important. Ladies and gentlemen, we are smarter consumer today. Smart consumer needs evidence. We cannot continue to consume blinded anymore. We have to know where we are, how we start, where we progress, and definitely where we end, right? So be a smart consumer. So my purpose here is to make you, to help you understand so that you are a better, smarter consumer. Okay? So now moving on, who takes it? Hey, this baby takes it too. It starts off, let me also share with you that the founder's wife has 3 babies right now, 3 kids, not 3 babies, 3 kids right now, and one is still a little bit a young baby. She started to consume when she's pregnant. When she's breastfeeding, she's consuming it. And she consumed 3 times the recommended dosage for her weight because she's feeding the baby. And when the baby is 6 months old and beyond, she gives it in accordance to the weight of the baby. Why start so young? Well, you have the answer. I don't need to tell you. In your tummy as a fetus, it already start to form brains and start to form bones and start to form organs and limbs and so on and so forth, right? We already know by now what omega-3 and polyphenol can do for you, right? So it starts from the fetus level into while it's feeding, which is that growth period, which is very important. And you feed the child right through to into adulthood, because different times of our lives, we need different support, right? As we're young, we need to develop a better brain, and we need to develop a better physique. We need to develop a better immune system as we're young. Now, this is what Hilda, which is the founder's wife, Oren's wife, shared with me, is that her 3 kids, or around 2 kids, one is still the baby, the 2 kids, when they're in play school and school, comparing to all other kids, her kids never ever come back with any pain or any whatever they call it, allergies and flu. And she's wondering, wow, what have I been giving my kid? Obviously the answer is there, right? She's been giving them from pregnancy right through to the young children's age. That is all, either through her or directly to the kids after 6 months old. And as we grow, we look at reproductive system, and as we get older, we look at our heart, brain, and as we get a little bit older, we want our degenerative issues. We look at to ensure the foundation of what we need, which is bone, muscles, and joints, our digestive system, our immune system, our heart health, our brain health needs to be protected, right? So I ain't going to go through all 18 health claims. Now, if you guys know Europe Food Safety Authority, they don't give any companies easy claims. They allow Zinzino to, or is approved by EFSA, that you are able to look at claiming normalizes brain function, normalizes heart function, normalizes immune system, vision, teeth, normalizes blood pressure. I just randomly pick a few. Normalizes health division, cell division. So these are 18 out of it. ask your friend that invited you to this chat to share with you these 18 claims that is approved by the European government. So how long do I take it? As I've said to just now, 120 days. And why 120 days? Now this is where you will get to understand our body has got almost trillions, 100 trillions of cells, right? Every little thing in us is everything about cells. So therefore, it's important to understand cells regenerate itself. Right? Brain cells rebuild every 1 year, skin every year. We keep shedding our skin every day. For those that go do brushing exercises, you understand that when you brush, your skin flakes and it's continuously regenerating itself. Liver rebuilds every 6 weeks, bones every 3 months, and so on and so forth. Blood rebuilds itself 120 days. And that is the basis and the rationale why this product is good for 120 days to take another measurement so that you understand how this thing works. Okay? On a cellular level, in a Macintosh computer that doesn't work well, we look at brain function, hair quality, heart function, skin, inner organs, which is immune system, including joints and muscles. In a healthy person, this is what a cell should be like. It's soft and flexible, so it's turgid. It allows nutrients to come in. It allows toxic to go out. Understand, right? When it's inflamed, what else it happens? The cell becomes hardened, so nothing can come in, and definitely waste cannot go out, or it goes out really, really slow. And that is the state of inflammation. So after talking for the last X number of minutes, 45 minutes or so, now you get to understand on a cellular level what is picture looking like. I hope you understand by now. So therefore, 120 days, we get you back. And no less than 60%. Remember the promise? And the rest of the guys that were seeing averages about 80 to 85% improvement. My God, where are you going to get this? So that ends my talk on balanced oil. But I'd like to now very quickly jump on to the skin syrup, which is the third product, right? Now available in Malaysia. Tomorrow will be the official soft launch. Then on after, if you like to, come and join tomorrow night's official launch. I'm going to be emceeing that event as well. I was going to say that then on after, there'll be more products coming in for your gut health, for your immune system. And I was told to keep this as a secret, but hey, once if it's a secret, then don't tell me. You have to tell me it's no longer a secret. So I'm going to tell you, in August, they're going to have a very, very effective anti-aging product launching globally. So there you go. This company is very, very innovative. But hold that thought for a moment. Let me come back to the skin serum. I won't spend too much time. This guy here is very powerful to build from the foundation, 3 layers down, upwards. So it actually looks at your elasticity. It looks at hydrating it. It reduces reduces wrinkles and your lines, and it also removes blemish and pores that you have on your skin. So there are some results to share with you. So it rebuilds, it repairs your damaged facial skin or skin actually in general. It also protects you. So it works on from the hypodermis, dermis, and epidermis level. So all 3 layers, it actually helps to rebuild it. This is my good friend from Hong Kong, Jude. On the left photograph, obviously, she started off like that, but I haven't seen her for a long time, so I didn't know she had so much blemish. But 47 days after, voila, see what happens to her skin. It cleared up, right? But hey, Jude, you still have a lot of wrinkles there. But maybe 47 days can't do magic, but maybe a little bit later by now, she may have already gone, all her wrinkles have gone. This next photograph is from a partner here, Mimi. She started off with a photograph on the left, and then 4 months later, look at the stain on the skin, the lightening. Now, this is not a skin lightening thing or whitening thing, okay? So it's not about whitening, it's about removing the blemish. Remember, Look at the marks over, I can't show my mouse, but look at the marks around the lips, underneath the eyes and the nose a little bit. Look at those stains that you can find. Hey, I think it's a fair improvement. Don't you think so, guys or gals? So this is the skin product, okay? We will have another separate talk a little bit more about the skin. Back to the oil, this young girl, wow, I don't know what to say, but I guess the pictures tells it all, right? 1.5 bottle after, she became on the right side. And guys, I have to also share with you, I've taken it for now 5 months now. I've lost 7 kilos. And it's not about weight loss. This is not a weight loss product. Remember what I said earlier. When your organs function at an optimal level, everything works perfectly well. It burns what it doesn't need to keep as a reserve. This is a young girl, 1.5 bottles after. I think she lost about 4 or 5 kilos, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why I don't have the numbers here, but anyway, look at her, you understand. She lost quite a fair bit, right? So there you go. Look at her face. It's almost a completely different person. The third thing is never allow your health to be a mystery like it is right now. Tikam, we just makan only when you don't know when to stop, when to start, how to start, where to start, and so on and so forth. It's no longer a mystery, guys. We have reached the era where you can have access to an evidence-based nutrition program. This is the guy. Now, I'm going to spend a couple of more minutes to talk a little bit about the product. So talk to your guest, your host, sorry, your guest, you are the guest, your host that invited you to this chat, have a word with them. There are plenty of products combination. Now, obviously, you need to consume it for 120 days. Imagine you need 2 test kits, obviously, and you need some oil, right? So now before you dive in, you want to say, okay, fine, I will start first, then I'm going to ask my wife, I'm going to ask my children to take, I don't want to buy so many set, can or not? Can. You buy a slightly bigger set, you eat like the one on the right-hand side, CPK1, you buy a set, there's 9 bottles of 300 ml, 2 bottles of 100 ml. I keep my 100 ml in my bag. So I go to the office, I go in the car, I will consume it. And then you have 2 balanced tests. It's yourself first, right? So then of course you have a set of the oil, which is slightly cheaper. I would recommend the one on the right because 2 tests, 1 test is about 400 over ringgit. If you buy by itself, there is a campaign that I will share with you in a moment. So if you look at it, ask your host to recommend which is the best set for you, because they can tell you better. I can't because I don't know you. But I would be more than happy to share with you if you have any questions later. The one on the left, CPK3, is 2 large, 2 small, and 1 test. But you still need the other test, right? Because after 120 days, what to do there? Have to go and test again, ma. You go and buy another one at that time, 400 ringgit, not worth it, right? So this is the other one, no test, doesn't make sense, right? Again, then you just mata buta, close your eyes, and you're consuming products. Skin serum, of course, if you're a very conscious-minded person with your skin, you have a larger and a smaller skin serum set there. Now, I'm just going to mention about partners. I know this is not about that for this evening. There are tremendous opportunities in Zinzino. Now, remember I said tomorrow is the official soft launch, meaning to say they are just arriving onto the shores of Malaysia. In this business, timing and positioning is the key value, right? Timing is now because they are new. There's no more than 1,000 partners, I believe, in this country today, right? 35 million population in Malaysia. And the position, you're still very high on the ranking position, right? Like this community, we only have 100 layers. Actually, it doesn't work like that. It only have, I don't know how many layers, but anyway, it's not definitely 100 layers per se, right? So maybe 50, 60 layers. So there is tremendous opportunity. Now, I just want to touch on this set. If you are interested to be a business partner, this set 4,179 ringgit for the ultimate set. Imagine this, there is a campaign announcing tomorrow, okay? It's about going to be the same price. What if you go into business, you invest $4,000 and you can get $4,000 back, 100% of it after a period of a year when you achieve 25 customers, 25 friends lah, okay? So you achieve 25 friends to consume the same thing of any value, even the small pack, 25 friends to eat, you get your money back plus the rest of benefits. Fantastic value, I reckon. I'm a businessman. If I see this, which I did, what would I do? I jump in. So you should too, right? So this is the game to play. The rest of the kids, yes, fantastic. To start off as a business partner, you can go on the ZPK2 to get yourself well equipped with 2 large, 2 small, 2 tests, and a serum, so you can try yourself and drink yourself and get tested. So these are all the other partner kits. I'm not going to sell you the partner kits tonight unless you want to get into this business. Please speak to your host that your interest, whether you want to become a customer or you want to become a business partner. And I tell you guys, I just became diamond last night. So I just achieved my diamond status, which on record, I make 4,000 euro every month. Want to come for dinner? Anyway, I'm not boasting, but look at me. I'm not an MLM direct guy, direct sales guy. I've never done this in my entire life. Okay, I promise you. I'm a management guy. I'm a creative-minded person. And 5 months, 5.5, okay, 6 months now. Okay, all right, here's 6 months. I've gotten my diamond status. So hallelujah, I'm very happy with that. And this company is very, very promising to say the least, okay? I'm really not trying to blow too much of a trumpet, but this is truly from the bottom of my heart. Never seen a company in the world today that dares to put the money where their mouth is, which is basically a test-based nutrition. Now I'm gonna share with you something that only available in this group, which is the soft launch June campaign. Take a test and it's only going to cost you a mere 180 ringgit. Ask your host again how to do this. And you get a chance to also get a 400 ringgit assessment back in my clinic for absolutely free. It looks at your stress level. It looks at your arterial health, okay? That's something else. We won't talk too much about it, but it's a arterial health stress index assessment worth 400 ringgit for you, FOC. All you have to do is to get committed to the 180 ringgit kit that you don't have to do anything. Ask your host. And if you are tested 3 to 1 or better, we give you back your 180 ringgit. Okay? It's that simple. And this is what Zinzino has to offer globally at all time, every time that you do a test. And if your test is 3 to 1 and better first time, they refund you the money. If you buy it at 420 ringgit or so in a retail, you test it, if you're better than 3 to 1, they give back your money. But here, today, effective tomorrow onwards, this deal for 180 ringgit, you get it back if you're 3 to 1 or better kind of a test, right? If you don't get 3 to 1 or better, if you're 3 to 1 and above, called not balanced, you then buy any of the prepaid premier kits that I showed you just now, or become a partner with a minimum 289 US dollar, and Zinzino will also give you back the test money. But if you report is not balanced, let's say, and you don't want to buy anything, you lose $180. But you know where is your omega-6 and omega-3 ratio, right? So this is the campaign that is only available in this particular group that I want to share with you, effective tomorrow after 8 p.m. Right? So plenty of packages between the customer, plenty of packages within the partner kit, and that really ends my yabby this evening. And I hope that you will take the challenge to balance your life back again. Thank you very much, guys. I guess I'm going to be able to take questions if there is any. Almost one breath. Hi, good evening. There's some chat thing here. Let me see. Okay. Correct. Hi, Nicholas. Hi, everyone. Okay, those are the messages earlier. Okay, great. Any questions, guys? I'm here for you. MIT. Any questions? Hey, Jude, are you in the house?
I'm in on the other Zoom.
Oh, okay. All right. It's okay. You're forgiven. You're excused. Any questions from anyone?
Yeah,
Hey,
I have a question.
Hi, Azura.
Hi. I wasn't listening 100% just now because I had something on. I just want to know what's the how is your normal daily consumption of this?
Very simple. Can I be so rude to ask for your weight?
85.
85. You multiply. Oops. What happened to my? Can you believe it? My phone even doesn't work.
It's 13 ml.
13 ml.
Okay, thank you. You take 85, multiply it by 0.15. That gives you your amount of oil to consume.
And then you just take it as it is, just one time a day, like that.
I tell you how I do it. I take it, yes, one time a day. I'm sorry, guys, my bloody phone. Oh, technology is failing me today. Yes, you do take it every morning, but I tell you how I do it. I add a little drops.
I suppose he adds it into his salad and things like that.
You can take it straight on in the morning. What I'll do is I take it in the morning. First thing in the morning is always on my breakfast table. I will just take it straight down after I have drank 2 glasses of water, and then I have my breakfast. But there are people who has some unknown health issue. They tend to take it and then they feel some stomach pain, which I believe is due to the what we call is the repair of the oil to your cell. So I will encourage for those who have this issue to split the intake into 2 times a day instead of one shot, or take it after meal. I have one person who took already keep running to toilet that he couldn't play golf. So he decided to change it to take it in the evening because golf course is hard to find toilet. So he changed it to take in the evening and he was okay. So everybody's body is different. Over to you back, Mark, back to house.
Thanks. I was going to say just now, I sprinkle on my coffee, I put it on my pizza, I put it as a little bit of a salad dressing. I literally put it on everything because it smells great. As you drink a hot coffee, you have a couple of drops in it. It's almost like a bulletproof coffee. And because it smells good and it tastes good, actually I get angry when my mate don't sprinkle a little bit in my coffee every morning.
Can you use it to cook?
No. Don't use it to cook. Don't use it. This is a balanced oil. It may be a little bit too expensive for you to use it to cook. There is another product known as Revo, which is limited, quite a limited number of products, limited edition or limited production rather, limited production, Revo oil that you can purchase from Zinzino also. Now that one you use generously over your salad dressing. You may even, but sayang lah, you're so expensive. You might as well take it consumed directly. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Because you have Azura, because you have a very beautiful machine at the back there, you can use it in the machine. You're driving my dream car.
This machine, you can cook with sensitive oil. So a lot of people consuming like virgin coconut oil are all using this machine to actually use it up to cook instead of consuming it. But you're saying that your oil tastes good. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. No oily taste at all. I'm fishy taste. I mean fishy taste. It doesn't taste oily either, right? So sometimes, we eat a lot of oil in the past, and sometimes because also the oil gets rancid, right? And this oil doesn't get rancid for 35 hours, right? Because polyphenol protects it from oxidizing. So you don't get that regurgitated smell behind your back of your nose and stuff like that. So you don't get that kind of sensation at all. Now, at this point, let me also share with everyone, it doesn't just come in one type. Very soon, the vegan version will come in. It's already available in the world. It will come into the Malaysian market. There is another model that it has. It comes in a water soluble.
Oh.
There is also another one called the Balance Oil Premium, which is a much higher quality product with a higher level of polyphenol. That's why I said earlier, highly believe that polyphenol is the better ingredient to help us regenerate and optimize our health. Polyphenol is the culprit.
I agree to what you were saying, because like you were saying, there's a lot of people who don't sleep well. Like I don't sleep. I believe my weight problem is due to lack of sleep, and also but my skin is good for people for a person who doesn't sleep well. But
you're still very young, ma.
I'm 50, 51.
But still young, lah. I thought 38.
No, I'm 51. So anyway, but I don't sleep enough, and I believe it's because of that, and also because of hormonal imbalance probably at this age. So we try. We'll see.
Azura,
I want to try out your product.
Absolutely. Thank you. One disclaimer. It's a hormonal imbalance mood moderator. It won't fix your complete hormones, right? You know, the hormones, particularly for women, you probably lack progesterone. You probably have a different hormone deficiency. I highly recommend that you speak to an integrative doctor to get your hormones checked. Malaysians don't understand about bioidentical hormonal replacement therapy. Ladies here, even men for that matter, testosterone, they don't understand bioidentical. They understand hormonal replacement therapy, HRT. BHRT is what you want to get into, because HRT, the standard stock supply from the healthcare system, is synthetic. When you read the fine prints, it says for women, cervical breast cancer are the potential outcome of that product. That only very product that helps to manage your hormones is synthetic. Be mindful, please. I've seen far too many women falling into that track, well, not falling, going along that track, because there's no other option, because gynecologists don't use enough, or they are not exposed enough to BHRT, bioidentical. That's the magic word you want to bring to your gynecologist.
Actually, in Malaysia also, even if you are going through menopausal symptoms, the doctors don't really prescribe you anything. But like when I was younger, we were living overseas, and my mom actually started going through her menopausal. I do recall that she used to take some supplements because we were living in Germany. So she was taking remifemin. So indirectly, because we are her children's, is recommended to us. But looking left and right, the people around me, they don't know. They don't know that there are such thing as menopausal supplements to reduce your menopausal symptoms and things like that?
Andropause.
Hmm?
Andropause to
What for men?
9.5 out of 10 men don't know that they also go to menopause, andropause.
I had to tell my husband that also. I said, you are going through what? But there is no,
They think menopause is a woman's, hormones is a woman's problem. Men don't have. Photo. Yeah, of course. And men after a certain age, they run to the blue pill. But actually, bioidentical hormone replacement therapy fixes the problem. Take the oil, helps the problem.
Okay.
I'm so jealous of your machine. When I grow up, I want to be like you.
You should get it. Now it's easy to cook at home because you have to stay at home. So tonight we went Japanese. Yesterday we had Japanese as well. So anything is possible. Tomorrow we'll go Italian or something like that.
Okay, all right. I just went local today. So anyway, any other question, guys? Okay, Liu Chai Lane, there's a question. If your child, okay, there is a capsule form that's also coming into the market. Now, Liu Chai Lane, let me say this. Number one, the oil is not difficult to take. And you want to take it directly into your mouth for better absorption, better penetration, all right? Now, if it's a capsule form, it goes through your digestive tract and goes into your digestive system before it actually gets absorbed into your system. So for those that is saying, oh, I've been taking capsules all my life, so I want to continue capsule, understand this. It goes through your digestive system, which is much slower, and you would guesstimate only get 40% of what it is supposed to have for you, because your digestion, your gut, your stomach actually burns, your acid actually consumes all of it, or dilutes, or what's the word, disintegrate most of it in the stomach, right? So you only get 40%. So that's the issue. I highly recommend, if you can, Liu Chai Leng, to have your son try a little bit of the oil first. I promise you, it's nothing like what you have tried before. It's really very, very pleasant. Chef is one of our best. Yeah, Chef has got, I will give you a small bottle. Okay, great. Okay, well, yep, absolutely. For those, Vivian, thank you for sharing that. Okay, go ahead.
I'm Mr. Low, right? Yeah, I'm just want to ask
Yeah.
Call me Michael.
Yeah.
Mr. Low is my father.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron, please call Michael. Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi, Michael. I want to ask, the tablets got the, what they say, got kimia or something that, because we cannot simply take tablets, because some tablets got the kimia, so we cannot. So I want to ask, how to say, more information for those, because we from the, I just a bit sharing, we from athletics, so we cannot simply take outside tablets, whatever, because we have a urine test. So I make sure make sure the detail is correct, nah? So I don't know more further up.
Absolutely. It doesn't have any adulterated of any other chemicals, right? It doesn't come in a tablet, Aaron. If it comes in a form, it comes in oil form. Number one, the direct oil. Number two, it comes in a water soluble type. If there's a type, there's a vegan type or vegetarian, and then it comes in a capsule. A capsule is a soft gel, okay? And it's not animal material. I believe it's a veggie cap of sorts. Let's confirm on that, but it's no chemical European football team and athletes use Zinzino oil as their base, how do you call it? Base
It's on,
supplements or
yeah.
nutrition.
Yeah.
Base nutrition, sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. A base nutrition for the European team. I am talking to a football team, a professional football team here in Malaysia at the moment to get them to consume this.
Okay. I
Are you
see.
a footballer or what?
Oh, no, I'm a runner.
Ah, well, there you go. Cool.
Yeah, I'm a
National
runner.
sprinter.
Well, there you
National
go.
sprinter.
Zinzino has supported 650 athletics in the Europe competition. We are the long-term sponsor for them.
Oh, okay. So I make sure that I have the more details. Now I know the details. Okay, should be. Yeah. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome, Aaron. Thank you. Any other question, guys? Nothing happens, Evelyn. If you happen, our body is very, very smart. It actually discharges what we need. What is excess? It only takes what we need in this sense, right? Excessive dose. But of course, don't go and drink half a bottle. If you drink half a bottle, you just run to the toilet. If let's say you're taking, like just now when I was showing that slide, 13.8 milliliter, and you consume 15 ml, for example, no problem law. I tell you what I do right now. I don't even take, that number was mine, but I lost that 7 kilos from the 92 kilos 5 months ago. I tell you what I do. I kia suma. So I take a tablespoon. I take a tablespoon every day. I take 2 tablespoons. That's how I do it. Okay. So I'm supposed to take 3 teaspoons, right? So for conversation, I say take 3 teaspoons, but in reality, I take 2 tablespoons. Okay. So I'm still here. All good. No diarrhea, no running to the toilet, no vomiting, nothing of that sort. Okay, Lin Tan. Try it. Whoever they invited you, they should have a small bottle, and I have a small bottle in the office all the time. Anybody comes, I give them a spoon in the mouth first and see how they feel. Any other question, guys? I normally try to contain the talk within an hour and 15 minutes or 20 minutes. This is 9:35, so I try to wrap this guy up as soon as I can. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not expensive. So it's really worth the while. There's nothing more important than our health, guys. Aaron, you want to say something?
Yeah. Maybe because Michael, your office in Ampang, right?
Yes.
So one day I will come and find you because nearby any, so I can come and find
Okay.
you to
Sure.
know more about more details and need to know about this. I mean, this tablet of maybe can up my performance or something else there can help my team also. So why not I just try and talk
Okay.
to my coach.
May I have a word? May I have a word here? Michael, he is the one that supposed to go to your, already a make appointment, supposed to go to your clinic. Hello?
Okay. Yeah, hi.
This is the guy, Aaron. Yeah, he's supposed to go to your clinic on the 7th, remember? Yeah, he's the one.
Right.
So now he's
Okay.
after all the hearing, so just now he said he wants to visit you one day. So I try to talk to him later on to make an arrangement. But I think after 2 weeks after the lockdown, let's see, hopefully there's no more lockdown. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Right. Thank you.
Got it. Hey guys, we're going to share and invite you to tomorrow night's launch. So please try and come and join us. There will be great news being announced tomorrow night. You get a chance to see the CEO of Asia. You get a chance to see the CEO of Zinzino. You get a chance to also meet the founder of Zinzino. He's in the 40s, Oren Sal, and he's the guy that started this entire business. So you get a chance to meet all of them. And me again. Okay, folks.
Which Scandinavian country is this from?
Sweden is the head office. Very active in Norway and Iceland.
Okay. All right.
And the rest of Europe, of course. Okay, folks. I am so thankful for your time. Thank you so much to have taken so much time to listen to me babbling on, to share with you the great secrets of Zinzino. Have a safe and peaceful evening ahead of time. And God bless you all. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, Michael, for the time.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Where is Penny? Penny disappeared.
Hi, Azura. Nice to see you.
Okay.
I'm
So,
glad you can join us.
yeah, I will.
Yep, it's good for you. Get your parents to try this. They have diabetes. This is very, very good. Let me share with you, chef, result.
Get my sister as well to take a look.
Yes. Because chef only tried it for 93 days. He couldn't even wait for 120 days. And the
No,
result dropped so much. I mean, drop means good, huh?
people like my sister, my mother, they all live in one house. So they have a lot of